rough landing.
It's a heck of a trip to the year 7 trillion, Nate. Imagine driving your car from the North Pole to the South without stopping for gas.
I see your point.
Poor girl needs a breather. Let's hope we don't need to make a quick getaway.
So, we're finally here.
Yes, the Nephavescos system. Spatial coordinates 5011 by 08 from Galactic Center. The planet Nephavescos. Should we take a look at the scanner?
Yeah. This button, right?
That's the one. Well, I don't know what I was expecting.
But it wasn't that. It's like a beehive.
An app description. A giant metal honeycomb full of people manning computer stations.
Those screens are huge. Wonder what it's all for.
Well, we won't find out standing around in here. Shall we?
Are you nervous?
Why? Because for a long time now, all we've heard are cryptic references about Adamus, and it all stems from a man that comes from the far-off future, from this very planet. Yes, I'm nervous.
Good. Because I am too.
It's going to be fine, Nate. Trust me.
I do?
Take my hand.
Sure.
Here we go.
Malitations.
Ah, yes, malitations.
We are delighted to finally meet you both. Dr. Nathaniel Nate Roberts, the Resistors. We have been waiting for you for some time.
Have you now?
How do you know who we are?
Look familiar?
That's what we think it was. I still don't understand what's going on. Is that thing
Doctor?
alien?
On the screens. That's us.
You've been watching us.
Of course. Forgive me for not introducing myself. I am Chief Minister Heskin, and we are the Nephavescans. We have seen everything. Nephavescos is first and foremost an observatory of time. Our scanners can tune themselves to all of known time and space.
Using a similar technique to a time-space visualizer. You're time voyeurs.
That's one way to put it. We have seen you on your travels, from 21st century Earth to the year 7 billion, back to 1984, then to Ganifas, and so on, all the way until your arrival here.
For what reason? Why have you been watching us?
Nephavescan culture is entirely centered around time. We watch, we study, we record for posterity. This may surprise you, but would you believe that in this time there are so few species, so few planets that remain inhabited, that there really isn't all that much to do?
So you get your jollies off watching everyone else live their lives? Why not just live one yourself?
Nate has a point.
You arrive at a new place you have never been and immediately find fault. That's a little hurtful. We are not a bad people.
I can only judge from experience.
You are referring, of course, to Franxis.
Yes, I assume he's around here somewhere?
Oh no, certainly not. Franxis was exiled from Nephavescos for interfering in the past. We here are content to merely be spectators, but not Franxis. He grew bored. He seeks to change history for his own ends. This is our most unforgivable crime, and for that, he was banished. His research closed down, his lab locked away. There were a small number of others who left and assisted him, chief among them Commander Vanguard.
I see. Well, Franxis hasn't given up on his mission.
We are aware. We have seen you battling his many machinations. With great skill, may I add.
I never thought I would ever empathise with Franxis, but I know firsthand what it's like to become tired of a life of observing, never interfering.
Yeah, but we do good, Doctor. Franxis does not.
Indeed not, Nate.
Usually only my friends call me Nate.
Forgive me, this must be so strange to you. I feel like I know you both already. We all do. We've been through so much with you.
As flies on the wall.
I've learned from the Doctor not to criticise other cultures out of hand. So your lives are lived vicariously through others. And never leaving your own planet. Well, I can understand that. I stayed in the same village my whole life.
That jacket. It was your father's, wasn't it? Your mother wanted you to have it when you grew up. I feel like I was there.
Yeah, but you weren't. Just because you've spied on me doesn't make us friends.
You are right. I apologize.
You'll have to forgive us both if we seem on edge. We've been through a lot. And we expected this to be a confrontation. Instead, you greet us as friends.
I absolutely understand. But you will find no opposition here. At least, not yet.
What do you mean?
As I said, Doctor, we see all of time and space, including the future. However, it is no coincidence that the day you and your friend arrive is also the last day of recorded time.
What do you mean? The day the universe ends?
No, but the day Nephavescos does. Our fate is sealed, Doctor.
Don't be cryptic. Tell me exactly what is going on.
I can do better than that. I can show you. Thetum, patch into the live feed, please. All monitors.
Yes, Chief Minister.
Whoa! Millions of round things. Are they spaceships?
Yes. More specifically, Sontaran space pods. Even I can't count how many there are.
Every vessel from every fleet. They have traveled across the vastness of time to target us, Doctor. There are other planets still populated that we keep contact with. They have all gone silent. The Sontarans pillage and plunder our universe. And we are next.
Can't you fight? You must have a military.
Well, yes, but we are no match for their entire army.
Are these Sontarans really that bad, Doctor?
I'm afraid so. They're a cloned species bred for one purpose. The Nephavescans' culture evolved around their time-watching ways. The Sontarans' culture is entirely centered around warfare. Imagine it, Nate. Art, music, history, everything all centered on war. They worship it.
And they are entering the Nephavesta system. They're close. I am glad you came to us, Doctor. It was a pleasure for us to finally meet you both in the flesh. Now, resistors, you must go.
Go? We just arrived.
Resistors? You called us that earlier. Why?
It is what you represent to us, resisting fate, fighting Franxis, but we cannot resist our fate. It is literally at our doorstep. We want you to leave, now. And at least then, the memory of us will go on. We've readied a data sphere of our knowledge, only the barest essentials from our vast databanks. We want something of our species to survive. Will you do this for us, Doctor?
No.
Please, I beg of you.
I will not leave a planet to die. I will not leave your people to face the Sontarans.
Yeah, you've been watching us. You've seen what we do. We help those in need. Not to mention, our ship is knackered, so we literally can't leave.
I appreciate you are trying to help, but there is nothing that can be done. What can you do against the might of the Sontarans?
Perhaps give you the inspiration you need to fight back.
We are not a warlike people, Doctor. We have defended ourselves from minor threats, yes, but nothing of this scale.
What defenses do you have?
We have a global force field that can surround the planet, but it will not last. Why delay the inevitable? I will surrender to them, and pray they grant us a merciful end without suffering.
Is that it?
What else can I do?
Resist them, Heskin. Resist your fate. Activate the force field. Buy yourself some time. You say you've watched me before. Was that only with Nate?
No, there are records upon records of your affairs. All your faces, all your lives.
Then you know I've beaten the Sontarans before. Lynx, Styr, Stor, Styke, Stahl, Steeg, Sky, and more besides. I know them of old. I know how they operate. That's got to give you some advantage.
You are doing it. You are living up to your name, giving us hope. I pray it is not false. Activate global defense field.
Activating now.
We're approaching our destination, General Sontar, sir!
There it is. Nephavescos.
It is not a visually appealing planet.
No, it never was. The surface is hidden within a metal protective biosphere to preserve it. It's functional, but not aesthetically pretty.
Pretty or not, we shall claim it for the glory of Sontar.
Sir, the natives have activated a planetary energy barrier.
Now that is unexpected. My people are not warriors. I did not expect them to even consider fighting.
Looks like you read them wrong. Do you know how to deactivate it?
There is a command override. They removed my vocal print from the log.
A smart move. Defiance is good. The courage of idiots is courage nonetheless. Fire a meson torpedo. Test the barrier's strength.
Sir! Firing now!
Report.
Minor damage. The barrier would require millions more meson attacks to undermine its integrity.
I see.
The ships have stopped, sir.
They weren't expecting you to defend yourselves either.
Do you have a plan?
Do I ever?
You usually make it up as you go along.
Precisely.
Chief Minister, the force field is under attack. Integrity is down to 95%.
But how? Their weapons are no match for it.
No. But look,
93%.
They're suicide bombing it.
flying their own ships into it. The fusion reactors that power the pods are more powerful than any projectile they could fire.
But that's insane!
That's Sontaran dedication.
Sir, we are being hailed.
Patch it through to the main screen.
Oh, that's a Sontaran.
Yes, a very important one if I'm not mistaken.
Presenting General Sontar, the Sontaran battle fleet.
Of course, the Sontaran's High Commander.
Yes.
Well, they're not that different from humans. They're all stocky, and their heads remind me of something.
Try to be civil, Nate. We are in fact in great peril.
Hey, look behind him!
Franxis.
So that's how they came here.
But it doesn't answer the why.
We devote ourselves to war, Doctor, and we will wage it wherever we please.
Aren't the Routans giving you enough of a pasting?
You are behind on current events. The Routans were defeated, wiped out, with the aid of the good doctor here.
Another atrocity to add to the list.
They made me. I had no choice.
What's wrong with your wrist?
He broke it.
Do not sully your achievement by developing a conscience, Franxis. Have the courage of your convictions, or at least conviction in your cowardice.
I see you resorting to a suicide run.
A logical stratagem.
You really value your own kind so little.
Any Sontaran would gladly give their life for the cause.
Seriously?
Dedication is an understatement. Single-minded doesn't even come close.
We have 1 million clones birthed every hour, and my comrades inform me it will cost only a few hundred to permanently disable the energy barrier. I offer you the opportunity to deactivate it, and face us with dignity. If you do not, we will slaughter your people without mercy.
He means it, Heskin. Sontarans don't bluff.
This is all your fault, Franxis. I warned you of the consequences of your actions, but you didn't listen.
I told him the same. Hubris happened after all, didn't it?
I could still accomplish great works. The Sontarans are my allies. See what I've accomplished with their help.
I noticed that Sontaran beside you is different to the others. It's dressed like a normal Sontaran, but it's leaner, more humanoid in stature.
She is my greatest triumph. Sontaran DNA with Time Lord DNA. And Croton crystal matter as the bonding agent. A perfect fusion. The ultimate warrior.
Time Lord DNA? Of course, the Master. I'm assuming he attempted to betray you and suffered an accident of sorts?
He wasn't suitable. But I know of someone that was. Someone who made a name for herself across all of time and space. Someone who can survive anything. Where other creatures die and fade away, she lives forever.
Doctor, remember that time drone? Racket. The one that stole your blood.
Me? You made a hybrid clone of me!
3 components, Doctor. The Tribrid has all of your best qualities. Your cunning, your ability to adapt to any situation. If you'll forgive me, same arrogance.
Charming.
I look forward to facing you on the battlefield, Doctor. We shall see who the ultimate fighter is.
I'm not a fighter!
This is all fascinating, but the point remains. Surrender, or wait for us to destroy you. I require an answer.
Hold your nerve, Heskin. The force field is buying us time to look at our options.
You have only two. Comply, or die.
Yeah? Well, bring it on, potato head!
Your defiance is pleasing, human. When I see you in person, I'll turn you into mash.
That was a little blunt, Nate.
Oh yeah, well, it's the adrenaline.
They have resumed their attacks.
I hope you have a plan, Doctor.
I do. I've seen the odd time drone flying around. How many do you have?
They are simple maintenance robots, Doctor.
I've seen firsthand how they can be put to use. Summon them all immediately, and place all the soldiers you have at your main entrance point. Sontarans always take the direct approach.
Awaiting orders.
When we make planetfall, the Tribrid shall lead the assault. Let us show them what Nephavescan science can really do, with Sontaran assistance. Show them no mercy.
For the glory of Sontar!
What will become of me when we make planetfall?
You remain alive, so long as you are useful. You are not being very useful at present.
But I can bypass their energy barrier.
Then why have you not done so already? My men are out there, giving their lives for the cause, while you whimper and hide.
I've been using my remote control device to hack through the encryptions in their security. I needed you to communicate with them to buy me time. The decryption is nearly complete.
Good, Franxis. Very good. Call off the attack.
Their forces have stopped, Chief Minister.
Well, that can't be good.
What is happening?
I don't need your people to tell me that. Your barrier's down, and the Sontarans are coming.
Are the drones ready yet, Doctor?
It's a rush job, but it'll do. I merely instructed them to obstruct anyone alien, excluding you and I, of course. They'll be destroyed, but for a good cause.
What else can we do?
Do you have any chloronic acid?
I think so.
Then we do have a weapon.
Fetch every vial you can find.
I don't suppose we can just load everyone on board the TARDIS and leave?
I'm afraid not. The old girl needs to recharge. And there just isn't time.
Yeah, sorry, I'm being silly.
Not at all, Nate. Never apologise for trying to seek a peaceful solution. But I can't think of one.
Again, not to sound silly, but could we not bluff our way out of this? Worked on the macra.
By your normal logic, Nate, yes, creatures would choose survival. But you've not met Sontarans before. They'd gladly die in a blaze of glory.
So this can't be how it ends.
I'm sorry, Nate. I don't know what's going to happen, but I need you to be brave for me. Please, I've come to rely on you.
Of course. I'm right behind you, every step of the way.
You're sure they'll come through here?
Without a doubt. You hear that?
They're here.
We're all that stands between those things in the observatory, and we're not letting them take it without a fight.
My fellow Nephavescans, today is a bleak day, for war is upon us. But I would rather have us face the enemy with our heads held high than cower like Kuaritar. Let us take the courage of those we have observed all our lives, and just this once, tell our own stories.
For Nephavescos!
Attack for Sontar! Glorious warfare!
Kill them all! Our weapons are having no effect.
This one's got his back turned. Aim for the neck.
We got him!
But they just keep coming. Send in the drones.
Initiate attack round. Now dropping vials of chloronic acid.
For Sontar! Chloronic acid!
It's working. The acid is melting them. They're dying.
Look at that one. It's unaffected.
It's coming towards us.
You get back. I'll cover you.
You die for Sontar!
And what will you die for?
I do not die.
What are you? Your hand turned into a sword!
Do you like it? I could also transform my arms into firearms. Clear! Next squad, move in. Take down those flying machines.
Under attack! Under attack!
The Sontarans are destroying the drones. Our soldiers are dying in droves.
What about the Sontarans?
Some casualties, not enough.
They'll keep coming, Doctor. What do you intend to do? Keep coming up with temporary fixes until we are all dead? I will not allow it. I can no longer listen to my people die. Thetum, open up a channel. Stop! Please! No more fighting! I know your ways, General Sontar. I challenge you to single combat.
The stakes.
If you win, you take control of this planet with no more fighting. Do with us as you see fit. But I will have no more needless deaths.
And if you win?
I think we both know you needn't concern yourself with that outcome.
You're very brave. No one has ever defeated me.
I know.
Very well. My ship shall land, and we shall do battle at the landing site. Be ready.
I hope you're happy. You've just committed suicide.
I will gladly give my life for my people, Doctor. I have seen Sontar's records from our datanet. I knew this was a sure way to keep him and his kind busy, while you work on a better solution.
You're sure?
Yes. Save my people, Doctor. Please.
We will.
Nate, I'm sorry I never got to know you for real.
Don't be. I'm honoured that you found my life worth watching. You've proven that your story is also one worth telling. Your name's going to live on for a long time, I reckon.
Thank you both. Goodbye.
Save the Nephavescans. No pressure. Thetum?
Yes, Doctor?
I need your help.
Sontar troopers are bred for war. Sontar, we die for Sontar. The death of our enemies is why we live.
Here he is, the dead man walking.
Let's just get this over with.
Do not worry, Nephavescan. You won't have long to wait before you die.
Presenting General Sontar of the 1st Sontaran Battle Fleet.
General.
You may use any weapon you choose.
That will not be necessary.
Hand to hand, then.
Yes, I see you watching, Franxis. Is this what you wanted?
Of course not.
Combat will commence at the count of 3. 1, 2,
Save the Doctor.
3.
A quick death as reward for his bravery. Now, Nephavescans, I hereby claim this planet and its people for the glory of the Sontaran Empire. Anyone who wishes to resist may challenge me next. No takers. A shame.
Kill him!
Leave him. He won't get far.
Now this is what I call a laboratory. It's also, I don't even know what to call it. Futury? I mean, the year 7 billion was one thing, but this!
Certainly impressive, but we're not here to gape at it.
What are we here for exactly?
This is a cellular replicator. Whatever chemical makeup you input into it, it makes more. I'm programming it to make more chloronic acid. Then I'm going to use this molecular disseminator to turn it into an airborne toxin.
You can use it to wipe out the Sontarans!
Yes. The Sontarans are almost invincible. The probic vent, the small plug on the back of their necks, is a weak point, but unfortunately they rarely turn their backs on you enough to take advantage of it.
Doctor!
Go and see what she wants, will you? I've got to get a move on.
All right.
Well, the replicator's on automatic, so I guess I could use this time to do some snooping. Franxis' personal files. Aha! Project Adamus. What is it?
Thetum! Oh, where are you? You called? Oh, God. She's dead.
Yes, she did not die as bravely as her leader did. Will you die bravely, Nate?
How do you know my name?
I have some of the Doctor's memories. They come to me in flashes. It is not a pleasant sensation.
Of course. You're the Tribrid. Franxis' great creation. Nothing but a murderer. The Doctor's so much more than that, you know. We don't kill. We help people.
Do not be naive. Of course you kill. You ran over Wirren with your car. How is this any different?
You remember that, then?
Yes. Is all life not equal? If so, then you too are a murderer, just like me.
I did it to save my friend, to defend myself. You and the Sontarans revel in it. There's nothing good about that.
That is merely your subjective opinion. To me, the glory of Sontar is good.
But that's impossible.
Been snooping, have you, Doctor?
Franxis, you managed to give your Sontaran friends the slip, then?
Yes, but I managed to keep hold of this.
You had that last time, your Adamus container.
And now you know what it is.
Yes. And you know that I won't allow you to use it.
It's the only way to stop the Sontarans, Doctor.
It won't do any good, Franxis. There is an entire fleet of them out there.
Well, this wouldn't have happened if you hadn't chased after me after our last meeting.
If I'd found you, you wouldn't have ended up a slave of the Sontarans.
As opposed to what? Locked up for my crimes? No. No, it was far better to distract you with one of my experiments on 20th century Earth.
Those two Daleks? Retrieval Team Omicron. That was you?
Experimenting to improve a species. Who else would it be? The key with experimenting on Daleks is to make them think it was their idea. Their personalities were too unstable, though.
The Time Warp, you did it!
Fail-safe. You see, Doctor, I'm not as callous as you seem to believe.
The replicator! No!
Both of you stay where you are.
Oh, as if things couldn't get any worse. Now we have no way to stop the Sontarans.
Sorry, Doctor.
Let Nate go.
Why?
It's me you want, isn't it? You want to face me on the battlefield, that's what you said, to prove which of us is better. Well, let Nate go and fight me.
That will certainly be a fascinating spectacle.
Shut up, Franxis. You are a coward and a traitor.
Leave the Doctor alone, please.
Nate! If you've hurt him...
Spare me the heroics. Face me.
Ah, that must be the Croton in you. Allows you to create weapons at will.
You haven't a hope of defeating her, Doctor.
Thank you for your opinion, Franxis, but I agree with her. Shut up. Did he tell you what Adamus was?
Yes, we are aware. A dimensionally transcendental container for genetically bred clones of virtually every life form that has become extinct. In short, a seed for a new universe.
I'm so tired of my people being boring viewers of the lives of others. I wanted them to be able to live their own lives. See these amazing things with their own eyes. And think of all the wonderful life forms that no longer exist in this time. I shall be saving them. You see, Doctor, I'm not selfish. I'm using science to save them all.
It is not your place to do so, Franxis. Everything has its time and everything dies. It's the way of nature.
Enough of this. It's time to die,
No,
Doctor.
Leave her alone!
Nate, get back!
Why did he do that? There was no point to that.
We agree on that too.
He jumped in the way of the blast. Sacrificed himself for you.
Such a waste. His life is far more precious than mine.
Is he dead?
No. At least not yet.
I do not understand why he did that.
You are partly me. That means you must have some residual memories. Look inside yourself. Nate and I are friends, dear friends. We'd risk our lives for each other, and we have on several occasions. His family are dead. I'm all he has. And he's all I have.
I remember.
You are the Tribrid. A warrior. You weren't designed to have a soul.
No. I was designed to be a weapon, a slave for the Sontarans.
Yes, but you can be whatever you choose to be. There's Time Lord DNA inside you, a little spark of freedom. Now you've removed your helmet, I can see it in your eyes. Embrace it. Forge your own fate.
Nate, I'm sorry.
What's going on?
You just rest. You've been shot. But it only hit you in the side. You're going to be fine, you wonderful, stupid boy.
Nate, what the doctor feels for you, I feel it too. I felt her anguish.
Your face. You look just like her. I'd know that smile anywhere.
Please, forgive me, Nate.
I forgive you. It wasn't your fault.
No, it's his.
You are a failed experiment after all, it seems. A shame. High hopes for you in my new universe.
I couldn't care less about your hopes. You are a spineless worm, Franxis. You have no friends or comrades. When you die, what will your legacy be?
My research is all that matters to me. If I die, my research will ensure my name lives on. Not that dying is plan A.
A memory comes to me. One where you and the doctor, spoke of hubris.
Ugh. Pride before the fall.
And she was right. Look at how far you've fallen.
Perhaps, but I won't stay down.
Tribrid, I promised to save the Nephavescans. Heskin sacrificed himself for them, just as Nate did for me.
Then we shall keep our promise.
Where are you going?
To finish this. I am a creature of war, but war can be a worthy cause if the outcome is peace. I'll put the weapons I was given to good use. Goodbye, Nate.
This is all for naught anyway, Doctor. Agamus is activated.
You idiot! Why now?
The dimensional instability of its activation should create quite the shockwave. Enough to destroy the Sontarans on this planet, and possibly even those in orbit.
And what of the Nephavescans?
It's a pity, but they're lost either way. The Sontarans will enslave them and work them to death. It will be slow and humiliating for them, but this way will not be in vain. Life comes from death.
That isn't your decision to make.
Nate, lie still. I'm going to deal with this.
What is Adamus?
A tsunami of cloned life forms. Let me guess. Makra, Wirren, Zabi, Daleks.
Among others. Lots of others. All placed in their own natural habitats that replicate their planets of origin. The universe itself will be reshaped. You can't stop this, Doctor. I'll be safe. This room was designed as a shelter. All I need to do is place this outside, and Adamus will emerge. A whole new universe, teeming with the life.
I won't let you sacrifice this planet for your insane vision!
And how will you stop me?
Oh, Franxis, you're many things, but the one thing you've never been is brave.
Doctor, keep back.
Or what? What will you do?
I said stay back.
Ah!
It hurts!
That wrist does look tender. Give me the... Look it!
No, give it back, please, Doctor. It's my life's work. It's full of innocent creatures that have never seen the outside world.
The canister is growing. It won't let me shut it down. Franxis, what have you done?
One last failsafe. Cannot be stopped. In order to stop Adamus, you must destroy it. The emergence has already begun. Please just let it happen.
The Nephavescans will decide their own fate.
What are you doing? No, don't put it in the molecular disseminator. The feedback will cause an implosion. You'll kill every creature in it.
I'm sorry, but you forced me to do this.
You destroyed it. Destroyed Adamus.
It was an abhorrence against nature, Franxis. Even if it had succeeded, what good would have come from it? Time moves forward. You can't force the universe to stay as it was.
We shall see, Doctor. I may be delayed, but I am not defeated.
What's he doing?
Nate, take it slow. Let me help you up.
Doctor! He's got a vortex manipulator!
Only enough power for one jump. But it'll do. Farewell, Doctor. It hasn't been pleasant.
Likewise. I hope our paths do not cross again, Franxis.
He's gone. Although I don't really understand what just happened.
Let me bring you up to speed.
It has all come to pass as you envisioned, sire. The splendid jewel in the crown of the Sontaran Empire. The Observatory of Nephavescos. Complete surveillance of time and space. Every battle of every war on every planet can be watched and learned from. And our empire, led by your might, can go back and participate in every single one.
See, this is why you can't have nice things.
Who? You? Tribrid? What is the meaning of your insolence?
Sontaran law states that the strongest should lead. Is this correct?
Of course.
Then I accuse you, General Sontar, of being weak.
Treason! This creature must be destroyed!
Oh, be quiet.
Speaking out of turn to a superior officer is one thing. But killing a fellow Sontaran outside of the arena of battle is unforgivable.
I challenge you to a duel. It's what you like best, isn't it? Contests? Well, here I am. Fight me!
You are an abomination, but you have Sontaran blood in your veins. So very well. I will grant you a warrior's death. Prepare.
So, Animus was a prison where Franxis kept his pets? But you put a stop to it.
That puts a rather happy complexion on things. I killed those creatures, Nate. That makes me no better than the Sontarans.
Franxis cloned other creatures. Presumably ones that lived full lives. You destroyed it not out of cruelty, but to save the people here. I think you deserve some credit for that.
Thank you. Always make me feel better.
You're welcome. And what exactly are we doing?
Going back to the observatory. I need to know what's going on.
Oh, she wasn't kidding when she said she planned on finishing it.
Challenging the general to one-on-one combat, appealing to his ego. Clever.
Who do you think is winning?
The general's inflicted several wounds on her, but she has an arsenal of weapons at her disposal.
Are you sure you do not want a weapon, General? I have many.
I appreciate your parlor tricks, but I have always won with just my fists. Nephavescan science is no match for Sontaran might.
He tore her arm off!
Don't watch, Nate. I'm afraid it won't last much longer.
You're strong, Tribrid, but just not strong enough. I will hang your head on my flagship as a trophy.
You are a strong warrior, General, but you have one fatal flaw.
Do I? Then tell me, before I pull your head off, what is my flaw?
You talk too much.
For Sontar!
No. For me.
She did it! She beat him!
Of course. Which means...
You saw me defeat your leader. I command the Sontarans now. I am your leader.
All hail General Tribrid of the 1st Sontaran Battle Fleet.
And my first command is to order an immediate withdrawal from this time zone. Our home is weak and vulnerable. Sontar jeopardized it for his own ego. We will return and ensure its safety. We shall conquer the universe the honorable way, one planet at a time.
What?
Obey your orders. I will remain behind to dispose of the survivors here.
Yes, sir!
Well, are you going to dispose of us?
Of course not. But I had to get them to leave.
You did it! That was amazing!
I used their own ideology against them.
That's something the Doctor would do.
She is the Doctor. Part of her, at least.
Bosh.
I need to send a broadcast throughout the planet. People of Nephavescos, you have been saved. The enemy has gone. Gone back to the past that you so eagerly idolized and watched. Let this be a lesson to you. Instead of clinging to the past, move forward and create a better future for yourselves. Do not let the deaths of today be in vain. We are all the main characters in our own tales. If you sit on the sidelines like a spectator, nothing good will ever happen to you, and you leave yourselves at the mercy of those who would decide for you. Close down the observatory, and look not within but without at the stars around you. Find other cultures. I guarantee there are more than you know of. Start anew.
Funny you should mention the deaths this day. I think there's one more to come.
What's wrong?
Her cellular makeup is breaking down piece by piece. I'm sorry. Franxis did a botched job. The Sontaran clone matter inside of you is unstable. Sontarans are meant to be of pure stock. It doesn't mix well. You're dying.
That's alright. I feel so tired.
The Sontarans, they've gone.
You fought bravely. You saved these people.
Sacrifice myself for them. Just like you would have.
Yeah.
Do not be sad for me. I am part Sontaran after all. And what a Sontaran craves above all else
is a good death.
Yes. And what death could be better than this?
It's all right. It's safe to come out.
She died to save us. We will remember her.
We all will.
Good. Come on, Nate. The future is safe. It's time to go.
It feels so good to be back. I always feel better when we're inside the TARDIS, no matter how scary things get.
Me too.
I feel like I could sleep for a week.
Yes, it's been a busy day, that's for sure. The blast you suffered will have taken its toll on your body, but with some rest and a visit to the TARDIS medical bay, you'll be just fine. And if you wish to sleep for a week, then sleep you shall. I'm sure I can entertain myself for a while.
Don't you ever stop and just relax?
Not really, I just keep moving. But it gets lonely on my own. Thank you for being with me.
I wouldn't be anywhere else.
I really mean it, Nate. I've come to depend on you. You stand for all that's good in this universe. Wherever there are people like Franxis, I thank my lucky stars that there's a Nathan Roberts.
Oh, shucks, you're making me blush. Is the TARDIS all recharged?
Ready and raring to go. Shall we?
Back to the past.
Back to the past.
Ah! I made it. No more energy left in this useless thing now. I wonder where I am.
Intruder detected. Seek and locate.
I must be on Scarlow. Where did I leave it? No, not here. No. Here. Yes, my image inducer.
Chief Scientist, your presence was not expected.
I am beginning a
new project. You will assist me. What are your orders?
You have been listening to Doctor Who, Nephavescos, written by Phil Owen. The Doctor and the Tribrid were played by Hazel Curnow. Nate, Daniel Hargreaves. Franxis, James Lawrence. Sly and Heskin, Phil Owen. Thetum, Jess Chantler. And Chris Barnicoat as General Sontar. All other voices by members of the cast.